Morning coffee talk. To know even one life has breathed easier because you have lived. This is to have succeeded. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Oh my gosh, does this speak to me? The moment I read this quote, I felt like if my life had a mantra, this would be it. For as long as I can remember, I've always tried to help other people or help the environment. I was a Girl Scout until I was a junior in high school, and I also joined Peer Advocates in high school. I feel like this is so important, especially now, because I finally come to the point in my life where I'm happy with who I am. So I'm able to give myself to other people without depleting anything from myself, which is huge. Because I used to have, certain friends in high school that were going through problems, and I would try to help them, but it was actually taking away from myself. But I finally reached the point in my life where I feel like I have the tools that I need to keep myself happy, and I can share this information with other people, which can help them figure out what they need to do. And when you learn this about yourself, you are able to establish boundaries, which is very important. You have to have boundaries if you want to maintain your own self-health. But I think that when you learn this relationship and you are able to put yourself out there and you are able to maintain yourself, you get so much back in return. And it's different than when I was younger. Like, I used to maybe help people or try to help out in a situation, and I would have all these expectations of what I wanted to receive in return. Like, maybe I wanted someone to like me or someone to be thankful or something like that. But now that I've reached the point where I don't need to seek that out in other people and I could feel it within myself, I'm able to give without any expectations. For example, I go to the animal shelter and, I do little things to help out. It's not even a big deal, but I always go in there with no expectations. And then I end up leaving more fulfilled than when I came. And it feels amazing. It feels amazing to have no expectations of the outcome. I don't expect people to thank me. I don't expect people to think I'm great. I don't expect anything. I just go and I help, and that's it. But the takeaway is huge, because every time I leave, I'll have spent that time with the cats, and they're just so happy to get love that is like a huge reward for me, because they're affectionate and they're loving and they're rubbing up all against me and they're like, I love you, this is great, and they make me laugh. So I end up getting more out of it than anybody else probably. But it just feels so good to finally be at that point in my life where I don't feel like I'm losing myself, and I don't feel like anything's being taken away. And it feels good too to not rely on other people to feel good about myself. Like, I know who I am as a person. I know what I like. I know what I don't like. I know a certain amount of my capabilities. And it just feels good to know who I am. I feel like maybe I've always had like a little bit of that throughout my life. Like I've always kind of a little bit known who I am, but now I'm certain to the point where it doesn't get wavered. And again, just being able to share this information with other people in the hope that somebody somewhere will hear something I say and a light bulb will click in their brain, and then they'll say, oh my gosh, that makes so much sense, and it will get the wheels turning, and then hopefully maybe it will help them kind of get onto this better path of life. I'm really hopeful that that happens. That would be so awesome, and I would be really grateful.